Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here with the next episode of F1 2015 modded career mode. Today we are here in Belgium at Spa, one of the greatest tracks on the calendar, and we're going for one-shot qualifying once again here in our Sauber. And yeah, hopefully it can go a little bit better qualifying wise than our races have done in the past, because we've had good race pace, but we've just had terrible qualifying. Hopefully that can change here today. So today we're going with a bit of a strange setup. I mean, you could say it's strange, you could say it's really good. I mean, basically what I've done is put the downforce way down, so I've got like no downforce on the car, which means down the first sector and the last sector I should be pretty good, but through the middle sector I'll be pretty terrible. So that should be pretty exciting to see how I get on through that middle sector. But you can see I'm actually fastest here. Look at the mini-map, guys. I'm actually fastest through this first sector here. And you can see just ahead of the Mercedes and the Ferraris, which is just behind me here. I can't tell exactly who it is, but I know it will be the Ferraris and the Mercedes. But we run a tad wide there, and it's actually the Ferrari of Vettel who's had the best start to this lap so far. And he's currently leading in this qualifying battle, because obviously one-shot qualifying, you see where the fastest car is, and that's Sebastian Vettel at this current time. He's the fastest person around this lap so far. But this was the corner I was talking about, guys. This is the one where I lose all my time. Look at that. Look how much time he gains through that corner there. I think it's just because I've absolutely no downforce on the car. These two corners here, obviously I lose a bit of time as well, but the risk hopefully will pay off on the race. It will mean that I should be able to overtake a lot of cars throughout the race, or quite sideways over the curbs there. But I would hope to have had a bit of a better qualifying lap here. You can see across the sector time there, 2.3 seconds down on the leader at the moment. Not too sure, I think it might be Vettel still, but 2.3 seconds down on them, which is not good whatsoever. Now through these two fast corners here, I'm not too sure what they're called, I can't remember. Oh, it's really annoying because I think they have a really famous name and I can't remember what they are. But anyway, down to the bus stop, I can remember that one. We go quite early on the brakes here, quite slow through this corner actually. And a little bit over that sausage curb on the inside, but up to the start finish line. Where are we going to qualify here in Spa? Not as bad. 15th place isn't terrible, but it's not exactly great. My teammate Ericsson gets 9th place again. He always seems to qualify in 9th place. But anyway, the lights are coming on. You can see that they're sort of middle left hand side of your screen here, guys. Lights are on, lights are out, and away we go. Here in Spa, hopefully Grosjean makes a nice and clean start. Just joking, guys. But as we go down to turn 1 here, hopefully we can dive down the inside of a couple of cars into turn 1. Ericsson sort of squeezed up against the first turn there. Gets a little bit sideways out of the first turn there, Ericsson. But he's up into 7th place here. But he's going to be running side by side with Ricciardo. Is he? I'm not too sure. Is he going to back out? I'm not too sure. They're running side by side up to Eau Rouge. Who's going to back out? No one is, surprisingly enough. Both AI actually keep their foot to the ground, and we go through Eau Rouge without having to run into the back of someone. So anyway, sort of running side by side with Grosjean, but he's got a better engine. He's got that Mercedes power, so he's faster in a straight line. But on the brakes, we're going to hope to be a bit later. Only a little bit though. We do just about manage to get past Grosjean there, round the outside and up into 9th place. Now, it's a bit of a traffic jam here as Raikkonen really just putting his car in the middle of the corner there. He was quite slow and dove down the inside of him as well now. Wow, up to 7th place. Ericsson, what a start he's made. He's up into 6th place there. So good stuff from Marcus Ericsson. He's up into 6th place. I'm into 7th place now. And Raikkonen has dropped to 8th place. So now we get to the part of the track where I'm predicting I'm going to be a lot slower. But actually, I don't lose a huge amount of time to my teammate here. So maybe it's just the faster cars can carry a lot more speed through there. You can see behind me in the mirrors, Raikkonen's actually caught up quite a bit through that part as well. But I haven't really lost that much time to Ericsson through this part of the track. So maybe it's just a car thing. Maybe the Sauber just isn't too great through here. You can see Ericsson has dropped back a bit from the car in front of him. And I can't remember whether it was this episode or last episode, but we've picked our rival now for next season. I decided to pick Bottas. Was it Bottas or Massa? I can't remember. I think it's Bottas. And I just decided to pick him. He was the one just behind me in the championship. So I was like, just pick him. To be perfectly honest, it doesn't really matter. Because I'll either continue on to a second season with another team. I might do another season with a different team. I'm not too sure. Or I might have to start a whole new career mode. Then I can choose whatever team I want. Maybe McLaren Honda, that's the one that maybe appeals to me most at this current time. So maybe try and do a fight back with them. But down the inside of Ericsson, locking out the brakes, and somehow the move wasn't on there at all. But we got that done, and we're now up into 6th place there. That was quite a good move, not going to lie. even though I was a little bit late, but we did manage to get the move done there on Marcus Ericsson, and now that is 6th place, but he's not giving up here. At the end of lap number 2, Ericsson's right up behind me here, and he's fighting as best he can to try and get back past me, but he can't really do it. But surprisingly, guys, Bottas is leading this race. Look at the minimap. You can see he's leading this race. The blue dot is Bottas on your minimap for the last 3 rounds of the season now. So that's, if you're just wondering about that, that's who the blue dot is. But we've got Massa in our sights now. I'm not too sure where this race pace has come from. We're not too bad through that middle sector now. We're going to go around the outside. Oh, yes, around the outside of Massa through Eau Rouge. Didn't really expect to be saying those words during this race, because I honestly thought we wouldn't be catching anyone in this race, and I thought I did think it could be a race where we don't score points, or if everything's to go on those qualifying pace. But luckily for us, we've got good pace in this race now, and we're actually closing down the cars in front of us here. The car in front of us at this current time is actually Vettel, so Bottas still leading, then the 2 Mercedes, and Vettel's in 4th place, and we've put ourselves into a nice position here. 5th place, not too shabby at all. And I mean, in all honesty, guys, I wouldn't mind just finishing in 5th place. That's 10 points. But you know why I wouldn't want to really finish in 5th place is that Bottas is still in front of us here, and we can't really afford him to finish that many points ahead of us in this race. He's going to get 15 extra points if we stay in these positions here. So I can't really let that happen. So hopefully Bottas doesn't win this race. So we'll see what happens with that later on in this race. But we're purple through the middle sector now. Could we actually have a run on Sebastian Vettel here? Obviously the 3rd sector is a sector we should be pretty good at with our little downforce, so you can see building the speed up here. Nearly 200 miles an hour through there. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? But looking to the outside of Vettel here, is not leaving us any space at all, but we sort of managed to get past there. I pull back into the middle of the road, and we get the position done there on Vettel, and that is 4th place now, just behind Rosberg. But yeah, you sort of guessed it. We do lose a bit of time to Hamilton and Rosberg and co over the next couple of laps. But look at this pit entrance, I should say. Why does it respawn me there? And Vettel just drives through me. How annoying is that? I mean, I could have got around that. I mean, there's a bit of contact with the wall, yes. But this game, that wouldn't have really affected anything. Hitting the wall wouldn't have really done anything. So that sort of annoyed me, the fact that that happened. And I lost a lot of time. I lost the position. Yeah, it's just frustrating, but nothing I can do about it now. I'm just going to try and get out the pit lane here with a good time. I mean, 3.7 is pretty decent. And we're going to just come out just behind Vettel here, which I suppose is alright, but it's not that great considering we entered the pit lane in front of him. But anyway, heading to lap number 9, going on to lap number 10 here, you can see we are nearly 5.5 seconds behind Vettel here, and Bottas has dropped down into 3rd place here, so maybe we're going to a bit more of a fight here for Massa behind. It's not really going to be any chance of catching up to Vettel now, so it's pretty much just defend from Massa for the rest of this race here. And we don't get the best of runs through Eau Rouge there, do we? And he looks like he's going to be going around the outside of us here. Massa, obviously, the DRS and the Mercedes power round the outside of us here. I tried to leave him as little room as possible, but he gets past. But then on the brakes, I'm braking extremely late here, but he keeps the position out. But he's quite slow on the apex of the corner, on the curbs, I should say. Really, not really the apex, really, is it? And then heading down to this next turn here, just defending. And look like that, Bottas has dropped behind Vettel as well. So it's kind of surprising that, actually. I didn't really expect Bottas to be overtaken at all in this race, considering his straight line speed. But Bottas, who was leading this race earlier on, has now dropped down to 4th place here. But look at this, Massa with a brave move down the inside here. We try and fight it out around the outside there, and it looks like we've done that. Yeah, we've kept 5th place there, which is really good. And then skipping ahead to the same part of the lap, on lap number 11 here, you can see Massa's actually got the move done. He's got back past us here. Is he going to be able to keep it? We're later on the brakes. He's going to try and fight it out around the outside. Is he? Well, he did for a bit there, but we managed to get it done. And now we are back into 5th place once again. This race has been pretty crazy, hasn't it? Non-stop action throughout. And now we're going to go across that sector time there. You can see it now 11 seconds behind Bottas. The tyres have gone off, and I'm really battling with Massa here to try and keep the position here. But only really got one major braking point to go here. Well, only one braking point to go. It's not, you don't break through here, so it's alright. So one braking point to go here into the bus stop. It looks like Massa will probably get DRS for a little bit, but is it going to be enough? Because obviously the DRS activation point is just around this corner about here. That's the DRS boards, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Massa. We're going to bring home 5th place here for Sauber, which is a great result considering where we started. You can see Bottas finished 4th, and my teammate Ericsson, good on him. He actually got points here today, and I sort of expected him to drop back through the field. He dropped back a little bit. I think he got to 6th, was it, on the first lap? But overall, good stuff there from Marcus Ericsson, getting 4 points. That could be quite valuable there for Sauber in the championship. And Lotus getting more points, quite surprising actually, not going to lie. But Hamilton wins by 0.8 of a second there, and he will, I think, extend his championship lead now. It looks like Perez was the only person to retire. And look at that, Fernando Alonso was beaten by Stevens by nearly 20 seconds. Anyway, there is the Drivers' Championship there. You can see Hamilton is a good 16 points there ahead of Nico Rosberg, then Sebastian Vettel in 3rd, Felipe Massa, and then ourselves in 5th place there. But guys, thanks for watching once again. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And until next time, it's been Alex, and I'm out of here. Goodbye.